Welcome back, YouTube. So today I have a very special video for you all. We're just gonna hop right into it. I have right here my watch collection. A lot of you guys have been asking about my watches, so I thought today we would dive deep into it a little bit more than if I were to post something on Instagram. It would be a little shorter. I thought I would sit down, talk to you about each piece, how I got it. After watching through the whole video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe and follow along for more because 2025 is going to be a great year. I'm super excited for what I have in store for YouTube, and yeah, it should be fun time. So let's dive into the watches. Start with one of my first watches here. So this, I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of, which is my Grand Seiko GMT. I got this watch actually gifted to me a few years back from the Grand Seiko team. Now this watch is like one of my personal favorites. I wear this watch all the time. It just has like sentimental value because it was my first like luxury watch. And Grand Seiko, like this watch has held up so well. I've never gotten it polished. It still looks super shiny, super new. It does have some scratches and bumps just because it is like a daily driver for me. As you can tell, look at that shine to it. It's still really nice. I think I got this back in, I'm trying to think of when I got this watch. 2019, 2020. So this watch is about 4 to 5 years old. Excuse me. So recovering a little bit from being sick over the holidays. So, but anyways, this watch is truly one of my favorites. I've taken this watch with me all around the world. The little background behind this watch, I was at a Grand Seiko event during that time, 2019, 2020. I met the whole team. They were really, really nice. I was able to, it was like at an event, basically showcasing the new Heritage collection, which this is part of. That's when it first launched. I was actually talking to a few of the owners, or the president and the vice president of Grand Seiko. So I was really lucky enough to chat with them all night, tried on some watches, and then they actually sent me this watch in the mail without even telling me, which was very, very cool. And yeah, I wear it till this day. Like, it's one of my favorite pieces. I'm happy I have it. So yeah, that's just a little background on how I got this watch. Now we're gonna keep the Grand Seiko train rolling here. This Grand Seiko is a vintage 1967 Grand Seiko. I'm actually not sure if it's 1967, but I believe it is. I traded for this watch. I used to have a Rado Captain Cook. I came across this guy on Facebook Marketplace, and he was selling it for around $1,100, and I was like, hey man, like, I have a Captain Cook sitting. It's never been worn. It just wasn't my taste. It was like a charcoal gray / black ceramic watch. It's not really my style. It's kind of a little trendier. I knew the value on it was higher than this Grand Seiko, but this meant a little bit more to me because I already had a Grand Seiko. I really wanted a vintage one, so swapped them for an even trade. It is real. I actually had my good friend Ramsey authenticate it for me, just like over social media. I basically had the guy take a bunch of photos of this watch, find the serial number on it, send it to him. All checked out, all looked clean. So that's how I came across this guy on Facebook Marketplace. That's like 1 in a million chance that I would come across a vintage Grand Seiko on Facebook Marketplace. I don't recommend doing that, but if you do, get someone to authenticate the watch before you swap or you buy one for yourself. So that's how I picked up this watch. I wear this watch with my gold ring all the time. It's just so classy and timeless. I'm really trying to like curate a watch collection that I can wear for years to come. I want about 6 solid watches that are within this caliber to have in my collection moving forward. I would love to build a solid 6 watch collection. So let's move on to the next one. We're on Grand Seiko. Now we're gonna go into a Seiko watch I got from Ramsey, which is my good friend. He sells a lot of Seiko watches. This is technically the Seiko like date or president date watch. These are really cool. If you want like something that looks like a Rolex, that's a Seiko. Seikos are great pieces. So this is a great piece to have. I picked this up just because my dream watch is a gold Rolex. I don't have $20,000 just blow right now. I might go for a two-tone Rolex to swap this one out because the two tones are around like 5 to 6K. I love this watch. I picked it up for like $100 from Ramsey. I'll link his profile down below because he sells a lot of these, and I feel like a lot of you guys would be interested in this. So yeah, you can check it out down below. This watch is really great, you can tell. Here, see. Very pretty watch. Like, it looks really, really good. Has a nice shine to it too. You wouldn't even notice. Like, guys, let's be real. Like, if you have any of these watches on, maybe like 1 in 1,000 people will like notice what you're wearing on your wrist. You know, like that nobody's like, oh, he's got a Rolex on. That's like 1 in 1,000 people, 1 in 500,000 people. Like, I was gonna stop you and be like, yo, what watch do you have on? So it doesn't really matter. It's all like what you personally like, and what you want to add to your own collection. That's like what truly matters. So next up, we are gonna dive into one of my most prized possessions, because I actually bought this this year. I guess last year now, since we're in 2025. Or I don't know if I'm gonna post this last day of or New Year's Eve or what. But anyways, we have a Rolex Submariner. I bought this for myself because I had a really good end of 2023, so I bought it in 2024. I bought this from a good friend of mine as well. It really pays off to know someone in the watch space if you're like really into luxury watches and you want someone that you can trust. Now, this is a no date Submariner, which you can see it has no date there. It's just, to me, I wanted something a little cleaner. I feel like with the date it looks a little jumbled in there. So I like the no date design. And then this is from 2001, I believe. So the grams on this, I think it's 125 grams. It's a little bit lighter than the newer Submariners. I'm learning a lot about watches right now. When I bought this, I was a little concerned because the weight felt really off. To me, I was like, whoa, like this feels a little weird. But I learned all about how the Submariners were made back in the day compared to the newer ones today. Very different. The vintage design's nice. My brother-in-law actually got a brand new Submariner and we compared it. It's very different weight-wise, and even I think this is a 40 millimeter, his is a 41 millimeter. So there's a big difference in vintage Rolexes. So just be aware, it pays off to know people in the watch space that you trust, especially when you're spending thousands of dollars on a watch. All right, so next up, we're gonna talk about my Zodiac watch. I actually got this this past year. I worked with Zodiac watches to promote the Super Seawolf. I got this probably 2 or 3 months ago. I did a YouTube video for them. They sent me the watch over and I really liked it. It has a slimmer profile design. It's more timeless and elegant. So I kind of like dressing this watch up a little bit. Just because it is a little more minimalist. It's not as big as, say, my Rolex or my Grand Seiko. I have nothing else to say about it. It's just really clean. So I would say it's not one of my favorite watches, but I do enjoy it and I do like throwing it on from time to time. But yeah, Cartier, it's not really my Cartier, it's actually my wife's, but I bought it for her and I've been wearing it. It is a Cartier Tank. Now, if you want one of these watches, I highly recommend picking one up ASAP. I don't know why. I think it's the vintage design of them, the old musty Cartiers. The Tank watches are just going up in price, especially these gold-plated ones. So yeah, I would jump on this train quick. I don't know why, they're just shooting up in value. I bought this for around $2,000. They're now up to like $2,500. They're just becoming very popular. Maybe it was because of the holiday rush and people are just paying whatever for these watches and really wanted them as gifts. But we'll see where the value goes in this. That's another thing with watches. If you buy certain watches, they will appreciate in value, especially if you keep it in really good condition. I don't look to resell my watches. I look to wear them. I want to wear them for years to come. I want to be like 75, 80 years old, looking back wearing one of these watches and being like, I'm so happy I bought this and I'm still wearing it to today. The biggest thing is you just got to keep them in good shape. So you got to maintain them each year and just like pay attention to the maintenance on it, you know? Anyways, let's go on to, so I have the Seiko Presage. Now this one's not as exciting, but a lot of you really, really like this watch. It's a bigger case design. I wanna say it's a 40 millimeter. It has a green face to it, which I really like. It's very unique. It actually would go really well with this green polo I'm wearing right now. So it has a brown leather strap. Now the leather strap on this, I kind of want to switch it out. The leather strap kind of seems a little cheap to me, especially for how much this watch is. I think it was around $300 to $400. I would swap out the bracelet, but the watch case itself, beautiful. But I'll link what I can down below so that you guys can check it out for yourself. Now this one I got probably like years ago. Like this was gifted to me from Timex. Now this is nothing special here. This Timex watch, I just kind of throw on if I don't want to wear something nice out when I'm going out with Lauren, maybe to like we're going out for drinks or it's gonna be a late night, going out with the guys. Anyways, that is my watch collection. Now I told you guys that I would love to add more watches to my collection in 2025. I would love to add a two-tone Datejust just because the price point of it's really nice right now. It's around $5,000 to $6,000. My dream watch is gonna be one that maybe I have an amazing year and I go and reward myself. Those moments are super important to celebrate. When you hit a milestone in your life, whatever you value in life, reward yourself, celebrate it, because you need to celebrate even the smallest or the biggest wins in life. That is one thing that I'm going to try to do in 2025, because I was talking with a friend and I realized in 2024 I didn't really do that. I had a lot of wins, and I had a lot of high highs and a lot of low lows, and I felt like in 2024 I didn't celebrate those little wins, and you kind of start becoming numb to them, and that's not good. That's how you just kind of like burn out, and when you have a win you don't really recognize it, and then you focus more on those lows. So one thing in life, if you have even the smallest win, go celebrate, enjoy it, make that a New Year's resolution goal for yourself. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm going to stop rambling now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you want to see down below. I always ask for video recommendations just because I love hearing from you guys and what you want to see. I hope you guys have a good New Year's Eve. Stay safe out there, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this year, or the beginning of whenever you're watching this, beginning of 2025. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next video.